What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got first news of the new One Piece TCG set. I say new set, so it's not that new, it's a bit of a way in the future. It is OP10. Now, of course, we are just gearing up to the release of OP07 in the West. Pre-releases are starting very soon. Japan are a couple of weeks into their metagame with OP08. Japan have very tentatively started, the reveal cycle for Premium Booster 01, a special set. We know a bit about OP09, but we don't even have the booster pack for OP09 yet. Like, we legit don't even have the booster pack for OP09. We just have some information about it. We know it's going to be about the 4 Emperors. This was revealed on a live stream a while ago at this point. We know OP09, incidentally, is the 2nd anniversary set. We know it's a very big deal. Well, now we got first news about OP10. And look, you know the deal on this channel, right? I'm going to show you everything you need to know, and I'm going to give you the news as the news comes around. Yes, the reality here is that I'm going to tell you a bit about OP10 today. And we're not going to talk about it again until it's revealed in Japan, and they've got to get through the Premium Booster 01, and then reveal OP09, and then get through that, and then they'll reveal OP10. We're a couple of months away from getting a reveal of this set even in Japan, but this is the way it goes. We get the initial reveal in the West by virtue of distributor listings. That's what's happened today. We then get a bit of silence, then the reveal in Japan, the reveal cycle in Japan, and then we get the reveal in English after the fact. It's the best I can do, and frankly, what, do you not want to know about the new set early? Because I do, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely do. Now, we don't have a name yet, unfortunately, but we do know that it's going to feature around Dressrosa and Punk Hazard. Perfect? Nah, mate. But, hey, it's something, right? It is something. And we've got a bunch of information about the set. No release date yet, no name. We used to get them on distributor reveals. We'll get them before too long. And honestly, the next video I bring you about this set is going to hopefully get you the name and the release date. But for now, we do at least have some information about it. Now, we do have the rarity breakdown. It's exactly what we would expect. 6 leader, 45 common, 30 uncommon, 26 rare, 10 super rare, 2 secret rare, 1 treasure rare, 1 don. It's 126 plus 1. That is, of course, the manga rare, and there's a bunch of alternate art parallel cards as well. This is exactly, since we got our first treasure rare in OP06, this is exactly what we've been led to believe. Yes, it does mean it's going to be a long time before we see that treasure rare. We have just last week seen the treasure rare from OP07. It took a long time for the treasure rare lore to actually be revealed. So don't expect to actually know anything about the treasure rare for a very long time. But that's cool, because you know what? It gives us something to look forward to. That's going to be the only difference in the English set and the Japanese set, is going to be we have a treasure rare and they probably don't. Because we've had 2 treasure rares yet. We've had Nami in OP06 and Law in OP07, and Japan's had none. Don't expect them to get a treasure rare in OP10. So what have we got? The 10th booster pack sees a return to Dressrosa. The Don Quixote Pirates, led by Don Quixote Doflamingo, are now available in new colours, opening up a range of new strategies. Now, up till now, we've had 2 Doflamingo leaders, and they have both been Doflamingo. We had the blue Doflamingo in OP01, and the green and purple Doflamingo in OP04. That would suggest, not confirm, but suggest that we are going to get one of the other colours being represented here. No confirmation here, but, I mean, come on. Sounds about right, does it not? I think it does. And it sounds like we're going to have a new leader as well. Is it going to be Doflamingo again? Is it going to be somebody else? We don't know. But in the same way, you know, to take an example, if we look at OP08, the most recent One Piece TCG set that's been released over in Japan, the most recent set for which we have all the information, they did this with a bunch of different types of cards. So we had the red-blue Marco leader, and then we had a bunch of blue Whitebeard pirates. Similarly, we had the black and purple king leader, and then we had a bunch of black Animal Kingdom pirates when they generally hadn't been black previously. And we had the yellow, purple Charlotte Pudding, and then we had a bunch of purple Big Mum pirates, whereas previously they had tended to be yellow. So the point is, they're going to do that thing again. They're going to bring Doflamingo pirates into a new colour, and I've just given you 3 examples from OP08. It is overwhelmingly likely, though not confirmed, that bringing Doflamingo pirates into a new colour will therefore bring us a new Doflamingo leader with that same colour. Although again, when I say Doflamingo leader, it doesn't have to be Don Quixote Doflamingo. It could be any Doflamingo character or any of the Doflamingo pirates coming in as a leader instead. That would also be fine. So that's kind of interesting. And do remember, of course, that we've got those new starter decks coming around, well, very, very soon over in Japan. That's what the main reveal cycle is right now for the One Piece TCG over in Japan. And one of those starter decks, Starter Deck 17, is a Don Quixote Doflamingo, the one from OP01. It's a reprint of that leader with a bunch of new cards that support that leader. So are we going to get more new cards that support Blue Doflamingo? Or are we going to get a bunch of green or purple cards? Or is it going to be like we saw in OP08, completely new colour, completely new thing? But then again, if we have new Doflamingo cards, are we going to have a dual colour leader like we saw with Puddin, like we saw from King, like we saw from Marco, so that we can use a bunch of the old cards with the new cards on a new dual colour leader? The answer is there is a decent chance of that, but there is no confirmation. This is all just conjecture at this point. Includes a variety of powerful characters. This pack shines a spotlight on characters from Punk Hazard, such as Caesar Clown and Monet. It also features many cards that strengthen Land of Wano and Odyssey type cards. Now, there's a few different things going on here, so we need to break this down a little bit. In terms of Caesar, we've really not seen very much at this point. We have very literally just seen the one that came around in OP01, and that's it. That's the only one we've seen. Similarly, we can have a look at Monet, for instance, and we also had a blue back in OP01, but then we did get a green in OP05 as well, so ever so slightly better. But they are characters that have been very underrepresented so far. Does calling them out mean that at least one of them is going to end up having a leader card in the set? We have no idea. But it does seem like, you know, they often do this with the initial reveals, where they're giving this information to the distributors, where they do name drop a couple of leaders, not guaranteed. But that does seem like the kind of thing they might do. In terms of Wano, though, we've had a lot of Wano cards. Like, we've had a whole bunch of yellow Wano cards, basically, well, for almost as long as we've had yellow, frankly. We've had a bunch of yellow Wano cards. Okay, fine, they made us make one set until OP04, but you know what I mean? We've had a bunch of them, you know, really coming around since OP04. We've had a whole bunch of Wano cards there. But then, of course, in OP05, they started giving us these Straw Hats as Wano cards, such as Orobi, for instance, as an example. But then, of course, speaking of those new starter decks, we've been having a look at a bunch of cards from Starter Deck 18, which we know, like Onami I showed you the other day, are going to be new Wano Purple Straw Hats. We got a bunch of them coming out now, so I'm not sure how much more love we need to show to Wano. Wano gets a lot of love in the TCG, and then there's that question of, are we talking yellow Wano? Are we talking about purple Wano with the Straw Hats? Or are we going right back to OP01, for instance, when one of our very first leaders was the green Kozuki Oden, as an example? And the answer is, we don't know. It could be any of those or something else entirely. My point with Wano is that we've not had very much. We do not have enough information to go on. But then Odyssey type cards? What? We've had like none of them. Odyssey is the game, of course, the video game that came out a little while ago, but is coming out in the not too distant future on the Switch. And we do have a couple of promos that are coming around with the release of Odyssey on the Switch. I've been slow picking this game up, but I've now got my pre-order in so that I can get the promo cards of Adio and Lim, because they are coming around as promos, mechanically unique promos if you buy the game. What am I going to do, not get them? Nah, mate, that's just stupid. But we got Adio and Lim first time around back in OP04. We were told there was going to be a crossover, and there kind of was. We got those two cards, but that was literally it. We got those two cards, nothing else, jobs are good 'un. And of course, like I just said, we got those promos coming around as pre-order bonuses or early purchase bonuses for the game. So we had the pair in OP03, not OP04, OP03, and then we got the pair coming as promos, and that's like it. So when they say Odyssey card, what are they talking about? Odyssey cards. I'm really confused. There is no Odyssey archetype. We got full Odyssey cards. When the game comes out on Switch and we get the promo, we're going to be up to 4 in total. So this is a little bit confusing to me. Strengthened Odyssey type cards. There are no Odyssey type cards. There's 2 and they don't see any play. So does that mean we're getting a new Odyssey archetype? Does that mean we're getting leaders based around Odyssey? I think it does, but we're going to have to wait and see. And then finally we can see players can use the new cards to strengthen a wide variety of existing decks. What's more, decks built around the new cards are powerful enough to give newcomers a change. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we know. It's supposed to say chance. That's a typo. Chance to compete with experienced players. They say that every set now. That means nothing. It's advertising fluff. But the point is, we are given a bunch of specifics here. We know that there's going to be Punk Hazard, and that has been vastly underrepresented. We know we're getting Wano, but that's been vastly overrepresented, so we don't know exactly what that means. We know there's Doflamingo Pirates, but again, that can mean a number of different things at this point. And we know Odyssey's coming in, being strengthened, but there's not really much to strengthen. But it does at least confirm a bunch of what's coming. I've told you what I can, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these new cards and sets. Tell me what you're looking forward to. Tell me your predictions. Tell me anything you want to tell me. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.